The ranch sat at the far edge of the valley, where the land flattened and the wind never seemed to rest. Eli Carter had chosen it that way. Far from towns, far from questions. People said he liked the quiet because it suited a man with nothing left to say. That wasn't entirely true. Eli had plenty to say. He just didn't trust anyone enough to hear it. The night he found her, a storm was breaking over the plains. Thunder rolled low and heavy, and the horses were restless in their stalls. Eli had gone out to check the fence line when he saw a small shape near the cottonwoods by the creek. At first he thought it was a calf separated from the herd. Then it moved, slow and unsteady. She collapsed before he could reach her. She couldn't have been more than 16. Her clothes torn and soaked, dark hair plastered to her face. There were marks on her wrists where rope had bitten into skin, and fear clung to her like smoke. When she looked up at him, her eyes were sharp despite the exhaustion. Watching, measuring, ready to run. Eli lifted her without thinking. He'd carried wounded animals like that before, and once long ago a wounded man. He took her to the house, set her near the stove, wrapped her in a blanket. He didn't ask her name. He didn't ask where she'd come from. Out here, questions could be weapons. She didn't speak for 2 days. On the third morning, Eli brought her coffee sweetened with sugar and a piece of bread. She ate slowly, as if expecting it to be taken away. When she finally looked up, her voice was barely more than breath. "Thank you." He nodded. "You're safe here." That seemed to surprise her. Safety, he realized, was a word she wasn't used to hearing. She helped where she could, feeding the chickens, sweeping the porch, sitting quietly while Eli worked. At night, she slept near the fire, always curled tight, like the world might grab her again if she relaxed too much. Eli gave her space. He understood fear that lived in the body. Days passed. The storm scars faded from her skin, but not from her eyes. Sometimes Eli caught her staring at the horizon, lips moving silently, as if rehearsing a memory she wasn't ready to speak. It was one evening as the sun bled red into the hills that everything changed. They were sitting on the porch, the air thick with the smell of dust and sage. Eli was repairing a bridle, his hands moving from habit more than thought. The girl sat beside him, knees drawn up, watching the sky. "He used to say sunsets meant the day survived," she said suddenly. Eli paused. "Who did?" "My father." Something in her tone, soft, distant, made Eli look at her more closely. "Your father," he repeated carefully. She nodded. "He had a ranch, too. Not like this, smaller. But he loved it." Her fingers twisted in the blanket. "They took him because of a name." Eli felt a faint tightening in his chest. Names had power out here. They could save you. They could bury you. "What name?" he asked. She swallowed. For a moment, Eli thought